evening to our viewers, wherever you may be looking at us. You are welcome to the Waec class, where we'll be dealing with important topics from different perspectives, and we'll be ranging on very important topics that will be written for your Waec. You will use to write your Waec. So tonight, this evening, we'll be dealing with tenses, and in English language, tenses is used to indicate, is an indicator of the time of action of actions, and on a very broad note, or in the very straight sense, it can be indicating the present or the past actions in English language. That's why we always have the present tense and the past tense, and every other form of tense in English language springs from these two strict divisions of tenses. So that's why we can easily have what we have: the present tense, you have the past tense, you have the perfect tense, you have the continuous tense, and you have the third person singular. So when you talk about the present tense, it can either be the singular present tense or the plural present tense. When it is the singular form, it has the S inflection. So that's why you say is. You say goes. Shade goes to school every day. Goes there is the present tense. Present tense can imply our daily actions, our weekly actions, our habits. General says sun rises in the west. Sun rises in the east and sets in the west. So mathematics is my best subject. That is present tense. He goes to school every day. Goes there is a present tense. So in other words, when a verb has S inflection, it is the present tense. While if it does not have the S inflection, it is the past tense. No, it is the plural. It is the plural present tense. So present tense can either be singular or plural. When it has the S inflection, it is singular. When it does not have the S inflection, it is plural. That's why you say go. Go, sing, fight, talk. They go. We go. You go. They sing. We fight. We sing. We talk. So those are plural present tense. And we have what you call the simple past tense. So that's why I say verbs are indicators of times of the action, whether it is action that is still being continued or a completed action. So that is what tenses indicate in a sentence, and the verb is the hallmark of how these verbs, these tenses can be realized. So when you talk about the past tense, what you did yesterday, last week, last month, last year, 2 weeks ago, 20 years ago, they are past tenses. So that's why you say sang is past tense, wrote is past tense, saw is past tense, took is past tense, fought is past tense, left is past tense, did is past tense, and several others like that. So past tenses are used to talk about what we did, an action that occurred in the past. So that is what we call the past tense. So then we have the perfect tense, which can either be the present perfect or the past perfect. It could be the regular verb or the irregular verb. When it is the regular verb, you have the ed in the past perfect, and when it is the irregular verb, it changes anyhow. So that's why you say cooked. For example, you say the perfect tense can be the present perfect or the past perfect. When it is the present perfect, it is joined by the use of as and have, auxiliary verb, as and have. You say as is singular. That's why you see he has done the work. He has given me the book. She has taken the book. So as is singular. Singular means one, while plural means two or more. Have is plural, while as is singular. Say he has done, he has taken, he has given. So when it is the present perfect, you have the use of has and have auxiliary verb. Auxiliary verbs are helping verb. So the present perfect is the use of has and have plus the perfect form of the verb. The perfect form of the verb could be the ed inflectional or en inflectional. You say he has done, he has written, he has given, he has taken, is missing, he has written the note. So that is present perfect tense. While when you have the past perfect tense, it is the indicator of you have the had auxiliary verb plus the perfect verb. So he had done the work before I came. They had done the work before I came. So had can either be singular or plural. You can easily say he had done the work, and you can still say they had done the work before I came. He had done the work before I left. So it can be either singular or plural. So when you talk about the continuous tense, it can either be the present continuous or the past continuous. The present continuous is what you are doing at the moment and is continuous, or what you are doing at the moment and is continuous, is progressive, is used of am, is, are, auxiliary verb be auxiliary plus the ing inflectional verb. Say I am going to the market. She is going to the market. They are going to the market. Am is singular, while are is plural. So you have it by that. While the past continuous tense is the use of was and were. Was is singular and were is plural plus the ing verb. He was talking while I saw him. Past continuous, as at the time the action took place, it was a continuous action. So it's already a completed action, but it's no longer taking place. He was talking when I saw him. If there are many, you say they were talking when I saw him. So that's what we call a past continuous tense. And you have the third person singular. They are the s inflectional verbs. Say goes, or you call it the simple present tense. Goes, writes, sings, fights. You can easily say he goes, she goes, he sings every Sunday. So that is third person singular verb. So they are what you do every day, every week, every morning, every night. So that is what you call the third person singular verbs, and they are also tenses in their own regard. So As far as English language sentence construction is concerned, tenses are very important because they are the hallmark of a well-written sentence. And the verbs will realize the time of action in English language, whether you are writing any form of essay. Whenever you are writing any form of essay, or maybe narrative, the tenses will be in the past. Maybe you are writing a letter to somebody, definitely the tenses will be in the present form. So that's why this topic is very important, and on a very traditional level, and in a strict sense, I will just classify them into some 5 subdivisions. There are more than that. After this classification, I will still go all further to talk about some other subdivisions of tenses. So the present tense, the past tense, the perfect tense, or you call it the participle, perfect tense, the continuous tense or the progressive tense, and you also have the third person singular. Present tense are usually the base form of the verb. Say go. These ones I want to write here, they are the plural present tense. While the third person singular is still the singular present tense. So go, the past tense of go is went, is an irregular verb. The past perfect tense is gone. The continuous tense is going. The third person singular is goes. Write is present tense. Our habit, what you do every day, every week, every morning, every night. I write every day. Past tense, I wrote the letter yesterday. He has written the letter. Perfect tense, completed action. Written. He has written the letter. If it's singular, then the plural in the form of that is they have written the letter. Then the perfect, past perfect indication of that is he had written the letter before I came. That is a completed action that is just being recently talked about. Then you talk about the ing. I am writing the letter. If it is present continuous, he was writing the letter when I saw him. That is the past continuous tense. Then the third person singular, he writes the letter. He writes the letter every day, every week. We have 3 persons in English: first person, second person, and third person. And the third persons in English are pronoun he, she, it. So you use them with the third person singular verbs, which are the present singular verbs, which usually carry the S inflection. So you cannot say he go, you say he goes to market every day. You cannot say she writes, you say she writes every day. So let's go. So do, the past tense of do is did. I do my assignment every day. I did my assignment yesterday. I have done my assignment. You cannot say I has done. It's an exception. Even though I is singular, you still combine it with the half perfect auxiliary verb, which is plural. So you say I have done my assignment. They have done their assignments. So anytime you want to use the perfect tense, you use it with the half variant auxiliary. Auxiliary verbs are helping verb, while main verb are lexical verbs. So auxiliary verb has, have, had will always be used with the perfect form. So you say he has done his assignment. If there are many, you say Taiwo and Kende have done their assignment. The old boys in the class have done their assignment. So I am doing my assignment. I was doing my assignment when he came in. I am doing my assignment, that's present continuous tense. I was doing my assignment when he came in, that is past continuous tense, singular one. They were doing their assignments when I left, that is plural form of the past perfect of the past continuous tense, rather, the plural form of the past continuous tense. They were doing their assignments when I came in. He does his assignment every day. She does her assignment every day. Then you have these verbs that I've written, these three verbs, tenses that I've written, they are regular verbs and they are indication of tenses. Then these are irregular verbs rather. So these ones that have ed in the past tense and past perfect, they are called the regular verbs. So cook, cooked, it has ed in past tense and the past perfect. Cooked, they are the irregular verbs. Sorry, rather they are the regular verbs. So cooked, cook, cooked, cooking, cooks. So cook is present tense, cooked is past tense, cooked is perfect tense, cooking is present continuous or past continuous tense. It depends on the auxiliary verb you had to it. Then cooks is third person singular. So that is how it goes. Move, I move, we move to Lagos every morning. He moved to Lagos last year. They have moved to Lagos already. When it is perfect tense, you combine it with the has, have, had. He is moving to Lagos already. Moving to Lagos already. Then he moves to Lagos every day. He moves to Lagos always. So that is that about tenses in a very strict sub categorization of tenses. So you have present tense, past tense, perfect tense, continuous tense, third person singular. The understanding of tenses will enable you to write very good sentences. That is why it is important to know how various verbs realize their tenses, because some will realize their past tense adding ed to them in the past tense and the past perfect. That is what you call the regular verbs. Why some will change irregularly. Swim, swam, swum. Break, broke, broken. Write, wrote, written. So these are irregular verbs. Hide, hid, hidden. These are irregular verbs. Fall, fell, falling. These are irregular verbs. So it's very important that you know how various verbs realize their tenses. And by way of giving you assignment, I will admonish you to go to the back of the Oxford Advanced Learner Dictionary and you go through the tenses or any standard textbook, how these verbs realize their tenses. And I've told you that present tense, what you do every day, your habits, general things that are just the way they are. Maybe your general saying, God is the omnipotent. God knows everything. So that is present tense. So even the future tense are still forms of present tense. I will see you tomorrow. That is a future tense. So it's still an indication of present tense. So then you have some other subdivisions of tenses, such as present, perfect, continuous. Perfect, continuous is the use of as or have plus the en or ed inflection inflection plus the been plus the ing. He has been coming here since Monday. He has been coming here since Monday. That is present perfect continuous tense. They have been going to church since last year. That is present perfect continuous tense. Or if it's just present perfect tense, say he has done the work, she has done the work, they have done the work, they have written the assignment. That is present perfect tense. But when it is present perfect continuous, it will be he has been doing the work since last week, before I came. He has been doing the work since yesterday. He has been coming here for 2 years, since 2 years ago. So that is present perfect continuous tense. So anytime you have continuous tense, it will carry the ing inflection. It might now be the present or the past. When it is the present, it will go with is or her plus the ing. He is coming here tomorrow. That is present continuous. They are going there already. That is present continuous tense. He is coming here. That is present continuous tense. But when you say he had come here before, he had been coming here before the husband died. She had been coming here before the husband died. That is past perfect continuous. He is just past perfect. He has done the work before I came. That is past perfect. Past perfect is the combination of had plus the ed and en inflection. He had done the work. He had done the work before I came. That is past perfect. But when it is past perfect continuous, past perfect continuous tense, then you have something like he had been coming before he died. So this died there makes us to know that it is a completed action. Tenses will indicate whether whether an action is a completed action or a continuous action. Maybe it's an habitual action, a continuous action, or a completed action. That is what tenses indicate. So he had been coming is an indication of past perfect continuous tense. But you cannot stop like that. He had been coming before he died. Makes us to know that it is a past perfect. What if it says he has been coming since 3 years ago? That is a present perfect continuous. He has been coming since last year. They have been coming. They have been going to church since they were born. That is past perfect. That is present perfect rather. Present perfect continuous. They have been coming before they have been coming since 3 years ago. That is present perfect continuous. But when you say he had been coming, when you use had, you must have another indication of past tense verb. He had been coming before I left. He had been going to church. He had been going to church when I knew him. When I knew him. Knew him. Had been going in that case is an indication of past perfect continuous tense. So tenses are very broad. It can be present tense, it can be past tense, it can be perfect tense. Perfect tense, we always have the use of as, have, had plus the en and ed auxiliary en and ed inflectional verb. So say he had been going, he had been coming. That is past perfect tense. Past perfect continuous tense. He had been coming. So that is just that about tenses. So thank you very much for watching us, and we'll be having some other subsequent classes which also promises to be very interesting. Stay put. Thank you.